Several minutes of commercial-free football starts now.
Here are the Purple Mortgage Guys.
Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Purple Mortgage Guys. Hope everyone out there had a great Christmas holiday and enjoyed the game that was on Christmas Eve, the whiteout game against the Giants. Another dramatic one-score come from behind fourth quarter victory for the Vikings and Kirk Cousins, capped off with a 61-yard Greg Joseph field goal, just how we all drew it up, guys, to improve to 12-3 on the season, to solidify themselves as one of the top teams in the NFC and to hold on to that number 2 seed and the slim hopes of still the number 1 overall seed with Philadelphia losing to Dallas as well. So guys, wanted to recap. I know it's been a couple of days since the game happened, but we wanted to just talk about it real quickly and do some rants and raves. Tanner, first thoughts on the game, how it played out, what you saw, good and bad. What were your thoughts on the Giants game for the Vikings?
I'm getting very used to this reoccurring image that the team wants to put together every single week of making us have a heart attack in the fourth quarter. Because I feel like I kind of just expect it now when we get within the final 5 minutes of the game. It just kind of seems like we know that we're going to win one way or another. Greg Joseph breaking a team record 61-yard field goal at the buzzer. I don't know if you guys had the same. I'm typically not that confident in kickers. I always assume that they're going to miss. But with him specifically, for some reason I thought in the back of my or the pit of my stomach that he was gonna nail that, which he did. So I don't really have any different talking points from this game as from what I've had the previous weeks. We had one unit show up again, and the other one didn't seem to. And I just can't wait for them to put together 4 full quarters at some point, hopefully this season, and I hope it's the playoffs. So we got a tough game on Saturday. We got a motivated Packers team. We have to play who's fighting for that final wild card spot. So I think nothing would make me happier going into the new year knowing that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are completely eliminated. And he has to face another year towards the end of his career here without a playoff appearance.
Nice. I for one was worried about a blocked field goal. I think that's how we're wired from years past. And I was not real confident in it going in. Luckily the game was tied, so overtime would have been a good consolation prize had he not connected. Goose, what were you thinking when Joseph lined up for that 61-yarder?
Well, we had all of our bases covered because Tanner was confident. You thought it was going to get blocked. I thought Julian Love was going to return. I thought he was going to return it. The second he trotted out for 61 yards, I'm like, Greg Joseph has struggled this year from range. We talked, if anything, I kind of tried to give him some credit earlier in the season. Like, okay, extra points, and then every other miss has been 50 plus. Like, those aren't guaranteed. And then you trot him out for 61. And I was terrified that he was going to come up short. And your kick team doesn't have a lot of athletes on the field. Like, I'm just the whole time that they were lining up, I was like, okay, who can run on this block unit? And it didn't seem like a lot. So I was pretty terrified for that. And the one thing the whiteout did was kickoffs. I lost the ball all the time. Like I couldn't see it. You'd think the whiteout would help that, but I couldn't ever see the ball until the replay. And pretty exciting game.
A whiteout, I watched the replays. That was hard to watch. I made the mistake. When I'm at the game, I always watch the video board on field goals because on the sidelines, you can't tell if they're good. I made the mistake of watching it live, and I was worried about not having enough leg too, Goose, if it didn't get blocked. And I saw it was going to have plenty of leg, but I thought he missed it right initially, so I didn't think it was good. But that was in a season where every game comes down to that. I think we're getting numb to these endings because that would be like the most incredible game of any season for most teams, how that played out and how that ended. And to us, it's just another week of Minnesota Viking football. So
that one almost felt comfortable for me. I got a couple text messages like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? I was like, it's just another week. Like, we're good. We're tied. Like, the chance that we have an opportunity to win and we can't really lose unless you screw something up, like, this is nothing.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the thought that was almost going into overtime. It was what, 17-16 with 5 minutes to go. Like, well, there's no way this will go to overtime. And then it almost happened. So it was
Yeah.
a fun one. We should get into some rants and raves though, guys, just to put a bow on the Giants game, and we can start looking ahead to the Packers on New Year's Day. Rants, raves. Goose, I'll let you start this week. Give me something that you want to rant about a little bit. Obviously another victory, but maybe some things left out on the field. What comes to mind for you?
Kind of, I had a really strong rant a couple days ago, and I'm just trying to make sure I don't screw it up. But I'm gonna go. I don't. I guess I don't have a super strong. This isn't what I was thinking a couple days ago, but I think sometimes I just am so curious about really our whole team, but on this one offense, like to see KJ have the game that he had, and then the amount of times that he wasn't even on the field, like Johnny Munt was out there. And I'm all for like switching up looks, but I think KJ really deserved an opportunity to have a big role in that game, and I don't feel like he was put in a position to. I worried that if Cam Dantzler was healthy, that they were going to put him back in place of Duke Shelley, who had another monster game for us. So I think that's just a kind of a head scratcher for me. It's hard to look at that because Johnny Munt played well when he was given opportunities, but I just want to see guys that take advantage of their opportunities. I want them to be rewarded for it. So I would say my rant is a little bit on KOC.
A little bit on KOC. All right. Tanner, what do you have for a rant? Was a victory, of course, but there's always things that we can improve on. What do you got for us?
Oh, I don't like to say this, but I'm gonna say my favorite player, Adam Thielen, is probably gonna be my rant this week. I'm just getting to the point where I'm becoming more and more fed up with. I had a chance to watch the game again yesterday, and he just looks like not nearly as fluid as he's been in the past, and he looks like he's giving like maximum effort when he runs, but like these corners are just running with him like stride for stride. Like I think he's just getting to that point where he is a wide receiver 3 at best, which we've talked about multiple times already this year. But I don't see a scenario of this ever getting better for him. I don't know if he's fighting an injury or what throughout the season, but one catch for 6 yards in a game where you have two of their best corners were hurt. I just think that he should be producing more this season. But I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more involvement from him. I'm just a little disappointed. So I would say
he's aging quickly, and it seems like Hawkinson has taken over where a lot of those red zone targets, like we saw on Saturday, just got to have a first down, a touchdown, whatever. He seems to be more the go-to guy if Jefferson's taken away on certain plays. So I'm right there with you. I think they're gonna have a tough decision in the offseason about bringing Thielen back or not, and probably looking for that wide receiver too if Osborne's not the guy. So
yeah, that's a topic for another day as well. But his contract is not in a good point for them to be able to move on from him. I think best case scenario is they restructure him down to a lower cap number, which I think I messed around with it on Spot Rack a little bit, and I think I got it down to like 12 million. But that still seems high for him, given the production I think we've received from him this season. So
definitely.
We'll see.
Well, guys, mine going back to the fourth quarter, Giants had been moving the ball. Peterson's getting kind of burned on a couple of plays in a row, and then comes up with a huge pick. We get the ball back with a chance to kind of put the game away at that point. We were up 17-13, had a chance to go down and score a touchdown. We end up finding ourselves in a 4th and 2, and we've done this more this year, and it's just one of those things that I think we have to clean up before the playoffs. And we run a route, and I don't know, something had to have gone wrong because Thielen and Jefferson end up in the same exact spot on the field, about 20 yards down on the right side of the field on the sideline. Cousins rolls out, makes the throw, and doesn't connect. Looked like the play design, I don't know what happened there, but it's like, just get the first down and keep that drive going.
Brent, they broke that one down really well on TV.
Did they? What'd they say?
Yeah, I was impressed. it was pretty clear that Adam was supposed to run a short route, but the corner didn't run with him, and he just saw open space in front of him. So he branched off of the route he was supposed to run, which ended up running him right into JJ.
I was going to say, because it looked like Thielen just had a quick out to the right there and would have picked up the first down. Drive continues. So I don't know if that's on the players on KOC, but our fourth down and short, we have to clean that up. And that's my rant here going into January football, I guess. So Raves, guys. Goose, start us off with the rave. A lot of fun things to be excited about as well. We don't want to lose sight of that with a 12-3 team here. So
yeah, I'll I think take the easy one here and say Greg Joseph. He's been battling through adversity all year. I think maybe a former regime is either wrecked his confidence or even cut him in the past. So they stick by him. He keeps plugging away, and he's been perfect for the past few games. And then, of course, to come in and drill a 61-yarder with a few yards to spare and right down the middle with the game on the line. So much can go wrong on such a long kick, like the low trajectory and getting blocked, mishitting it and having it come up short and allow for a return. So I think just for him to kind of stay the course and come around and come through in the clutch was huge.
Nice. Tanner?
Yeah, I'll take TJ Hawkinson as my. Or wait, we're doing Raves, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I did that already. TJ Hawkinson is my rave. His best game of the season. His best game as a Viking. 13 catches, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's pretty ironic that he kind of made me eat my words. I remember I had a text message to you guys. I felt like he had like 4 or 5 catches this year that they're obviously pretty tough balls, I think, that were thrown to him. But I felt like for a player of his caliber, he has kind of shown that he can bring those types of catches in throughout his career. And he finally had a couple of those on Sunday. So I was happy to see that. And I think he's really stepped up and been that second target behind Justin Jefferson this season that we really need him to be in lack of Adam Thielen and KJ Osborne's absence for the most part.
Yeah, that was just a tremendous catch that he hauled in, that second one over 2 defenders, probably a little bit underthrown by a couple feet, went back, snagged it, brought it in, kept the control of the ball going to the ground. So it's just an all around awesome play to see. Guys, my rave, this is an easy one. You could go Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins. I'll say that connection between those two as the season goes, it's like there's more and more trust, and Kirk's starting to throw him open and throw where before he sees him open, he's throwing where he knows Jefferson's going to be. And he just keeps hauling him in and hanging on to him and making huge plays. That touchdown pass that he had, just watching that over and over again, anticipating the break, and it was just spot on. So I'm excited to see where that continues to go. It's an easy one, I know, but I don't think we can understate just how good Kirk's been this year and how good Jefferson is and how good he will be for years to come. So, well, anything to put a bow on this game? I know it happened 2 days ago. It's Monday today, but anything else to close out the Giants game, guys? Else we'll look forward here to the Packers this coming Sunday. So
I have a couple really quick things. So part of my KOC that I remembered was I do feel like we went Tanner beautifully broke down the Giants' weakness is their run defense. We were having a ton of success with it. That was another thing. I felt like we went away when we didn't have to. So just kind of that point. And then I think since we didn't get the shout outs, I just found one to support Tanner's. Adam Thielen was the worst graded offensive player with PFF at 46. And 2 players that we didn't talk about. Daniil Hunter was the highest graded player on the team against the Giants with a 91.4, and Brian Asamoah at 91.3, a close second. So a couple quick little shout outs to a few defenders that we've been looking for to make plays for different reasons. Asamoah to kind of make his way in the lineup, and then Daniil to come around to what we've been hoping for.
I know you've been screaming for Asamoah to get some more snaps. So I'm assuming you were pretty happy to see that on Saturday, Goose.
Yeah. That forced fumble, scoop, and return was pretty impressive.
Tanner, any closing thoughts?
I'm going to sprinkle Ed Ingram in there too, who had a grade of 81.8, which is his highest grade of the season. He was the second highest graded offensive lineman behind Darisaw. So
He didn't step on Kirk.
Played very well, I think, against a really good Giants interior defensive line as well. But I don't really have any, I guess, extra thoughts to add into this game. We're probably, I guess I would say, of all the remaining wildcard teams, this is probably the one we are most likely to see again here in about 2 to 3 weeks. So glad we got to play them, kind of get an idea of and get a feel of kind of how they are and their tendencies and stuff, and then see them again here in the bank maybe in 3 weeks.
Yeah, those turnovers ended up being a huge difference maker, which is usually the case in the NFL. So, well, guys, we should do another show, talk a little bit about the playoffs coming up here. We'll maybe jump onto that here shortly as well, but wanted to put a bow on the Giants game. Vikings moved to 12-3. Looking forward to the Packers game. I guess we're underdogs for that one, going into Lambeau with them on a little bit of a tear as well. So thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your Christmas holiday, guys, and we'll talk to you again soon.